So in this video today, you're going to understand why Jacob... I can't even say this with a straight face. You're going to understand why Jacob Collier doesn't like major 7 chords. Oh! Sad emoji. So this is based on a live stream that he did of 100,000 voices. And during the live stream, he said categorically, and he was in the key of D, that this sounds a bit lame in his opinion. So his alternative is this, and I'm going to show you why major 7 chords can, from Jacob's perspective, be transformed quite radically, having this kind of 9 sound. And if I'm honest, I kind of agree with him to an extent. I think, everything has its place, but hey, Jacob said it categorically. Major 7 chords sound a bit lame. So it's a no from him in terms of major 7 chords. Definitely in the context of 100,000 voices. Anyway, so there's a particular feature in 100,000 voices that I wanted to break down. It's quite iconic to me. It goes like this. Check this out. Yeah, play it one more time. So we're in the key of D fundamentally. This is the major scale. Alright, so. Nope. Let's try that again. That feels wrong. But it is right. Yeah, it is right. One more time. Just for me. Excuse me. Yeah. There we go. So, we start with the D major chord. We go to chord 5. Now, at this point, he employs this idea of, rather than playing a major 7, he's going to have this kind of more open 9 kind of feel without the third, that feel. And he employs this for the B flat, the F, the C, the G, and then when we come home we're going to be using a sus. And Jacob, I've noticed, used that a lot, that 5 sus. Yeah, it's a real anchor, especially considering that he kind of takes us, we're in D to start with, then he transports us, I would say, to the world of F, yeah, and then takes us kind of to C, and then takes us back around, or maybe more so kind of G. Actually, that could be chord 4 in G, that could be maybe chord 1 in G, but then we're definitely on our 5 and we're back home. Yeah, so Jacob, rather than having D as a major 7, let's just use it as a foundation. So his approach is to use a 5th above, so the 5th interval. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and play a major of that, simply put. So you essentially have 2 chords, an A major in this context, with the D on the bottom. So essentially the right hand has gone up by a 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're playing a major chord of that. Simple as that. And that is really pretty. Really pretty. Yeah. To me, it sounds like, you've got a bit of sauce, but it's not too much. It's not overwhelming. It's not like pasta drenched in tomato sauce. It's just enough. Beautiful. So I find that Jacob Collier, he uses masterful approaches to be able to weave and wind through keys and, end up wherever he wants to in a way that is very palatable. Now, interestingly enough, so we have fundamentally a D major to an A major, and he's playing that as root position. He actually does like a broken chord actually like this. So by the time we get to this B flat, which is not in the key of D, the diatonic scale, normally you'd expect a B, but we've actually got B flat. So he employs the idea right there. So let's work out what this will be. Let's actually play them as major 7 chords so you can really hear the difference. So this is our 1 to our 5 as triads. We're going to play a major 7 on B flat. As I said, Jacob is like, no thanks. F major 7. We'll make him happy in a moment when we add his 5th idea. C as a major 7. G as a major 7. And then our sus. And one more time without me talking. So major 7. we get into those major sevens, it does sound a bit janky. Yeah. So we've got B flat as our first potential area to add a major seven, but we're not going to do that. We're going to employ Jacob's idea. So we're going to go up a fifth. So B flat major is as such. So this is the fifth, and we have to play a major of that. So in root position, we'd have F major with B flat. Wonderful. Great. The next chord is going to be an F. So F, rather than a major seven, we're going to go up a fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a major of that. Yeah, so we've got B flat. It's kind of F, or I'd say it's implying a 9. So you could say B flat 9, then our F9 implied, and then we go to a C. So rather than C major 7, we have to go up a fifth from C. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'll be a G major on the right hand. Beautiful. So we've got B flat. There's this kind of 9 feel. F with this 9 feel. C, and then we have to also do it for G. So G major will be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a major of that. Okay. And then what? Actually, the scale will be. Yeah. And then we have our sus chord, which I'll get to in a bit later. So let's look at this again. So 1, chord 5, then B flat is our 9 feel, F, C, beautiful, G, and then our sus to take us back home. And this sus really does add a feel of, we're anchoring. So our sus can be simply created with, in this case we're looking at A sus, so the right hand is going to play an A and go down a tone and play a major of that, which in this case is going to be G major. So it's essentially chord 4 with a 5 on the bass, and then it takes us home. So altogether quite slowly. So there we go, excuse me. Time. So D, B flat. Yep. Beautiful. So compare and contrast now. I'm going to give you the major 7 approach and then Jacob's open kind of fifth 9 idea. Check it out. Major 7. And now, Jacob's idea. It's so open. Yeah. So, what I find very interesting is that how Jacob played it on this live stream. When he started going to play, this 9 implied, he's using inversions. And he kind of played it like this actually. So he played the B flat one like this. Then he went to an F. Then he went to a C like this. Yeah. And then something like this for the G. And then which makes sense because that way with the right hand it makes it all very economical. The right hand isn't, moving from here, F major, down to here. It's all very static, then down to here, and then down to here, or up to here. No. Essentially on the right hand we're just going to have here, for the B flat on the bass, then we're going to move, yeah, that's root position, that's fine. Then for the C, beautiful, and then for the G, yeah, bass note, and then yeah, beautiful. So if you look at that, essentially with this idea of adding the fifth, it creates more of an open atmospheric feel. It's lighter, but it still adds kind of more than enough nuances in terms of chord extension. So for example, if we employ this for chord 1, and it's interesting, Jacob used the example, he was basically saying on the live stream that this sound, I think he played it kind of like a, that kind of sounds like a demo kind of, Casio keyboard kind of song, and he's right. And it has such a, it's very uplifting. that is very much his idea of playing chord 1, root position, and then going to this 5th idea. In this case, I'm doing a 2nd inversion, because the 5th away would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A major. Well, that's just beautiful. Like, especially when you go back and forth. That's so nice. And you can now try and experiment, because it's really important not to just be limited to just playing this one song and not employing these ideas, you know, across all the other 11 keys on the piano. So what would we do if we went to 1, 2, 3, 4, did the same thing on the G? So it would be like this. Back to 1, to the 4. That just going from here to there, that is just amazing. You know, it's very simple, but it's just the perfect feel. Yeah, you get the idea. So now let's employ Jacob's 100,000 voices. Let's use this as a creative exercise, because this has really helped me over the years to be able to play these ideas very quickly and really understand what's happening by just throwing myself into different keys and playing the same thing. So we're going to use this as an example. So we're playing chord 1, chord 5. Now, you have to have a reference point to be able to have a clear understanding of what's happening here in terms of how we're going to be able to learn this quickly in other keys. So if we think about it like this, in terms of, this is chord 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, home. Chord 5, so we have chord 1, chord 5, then we have flat, you could say flat 6 or sharp 5, that's the reference note for that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sharp. And this is where we're going to start to employ, you know, these kind of major 9 fills. So we've got 1, 5, sharp 5 to flat 3, 1, 2, 3, flat, so sharp 5 to flat 3, then we're going to have flat 7, which will represent the C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, flat, so we've got 1, 5, sharp 5 as a major, and these are all majors actually, flat 3 is a major, flat 7 is a major, then to chord 4, and then 5 sus, home. That will help us a lot, so I'll play it through. 1, chord 5, sharp 5 as a major, Jacob's idea. Flat 3 as a major, Jacob's idea. In terms of the right hand open fill with the 9, or 5th away, you can think about it from the bass note. Then we're going to have flat 7, then chord 4, Jacob's idea, and then 5 sus, and then home. Let's just go up a semitone. Let's go to the key of E flat. Alright, so major scale. So I know that we need chord 1, chord 5. Do you remember what was next? Yeah, it was sharp 5, then flat 3, flat 7, 4, 5 sus, 1. So 1, 5, sharp 5 as a major. Now for now, let's just keep it as triads. And remember, this is all about trying to employ the idea, the concept from Jacob's 100,000 voices, but now being able to apply it in a different key center. So in this case, we're looking at E flat to really lock in this idea. So 1, 5, and this is a really good example because, you know, it's not just playing chords in the diatonic scale. You know, Jacob's pulling us into other keys. So it's a good creative task. So as I say, chord 1, chord 5, sharp 5, flat 3. And granted, I'm just playing them as triads at the moment. Flat 7, chord 4, 5 sus, 1. One more time. So chord 1, chord 5, sharp 5, flat 3, flat 7, 4, 5 sus, 1. Okay, great. So we have triads to start with. Chord 1 or now for the B, which is the sharp 5, we need to employ Jacob's idea. So we're going to be playing a B major, but going to this 5th away and playing a major, so it'll be here. Beautiful. So rather than a major 7, no, we're going to do Jacob's idea, and I might do an inversion actually. Now we're going to be playing our flat 3, which is a F sharp. So we're going to need to, or G flat, so we're going to need to play a 5th away. 3, 4, 5, so this chord. Okay, so we've got chord 1, chord 5, sharp 5 with this B. Beautiful. Flat 3. We're going to have flat 7 now, which will be D flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the chord that we need, the note that we need to base our chord off. So, yep. Then chord 4, Jacob's idea once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then our 5 sus to home. So it's a lot, you know, especially if you're getting into this, you know, in terms of early days, in terms of these concepts. But with consistent practice, you know, taking it very slow, you'll get there. So 1, chord 5. Here we go, next chord, sharp 5 major, B major, then the G flat major. We're playing all these 9 ideas like Jacob. Then D flat major, Jacob's idea with a 9. Then A flat major, chord 4. Then our sus, and remember our sus is made, in this case B flat sus, so on the right hand we're going to go down a tone and play a major of that, and then come home. Great. So with a bit of time to it, it's going to go like this. Beautiful. Wonderful. Now, a bit of extra homework. What did we do before when we had that? What is this? The Casio keyboard vibe. So this can be very much created, like easily created by playing a first inversion in this key on the right hand, and keeping the bass note, and we're just going to go and do a pivot. So we're going to keep that B flat mutual. And what we're doing, we're employing Jacob's idea. So we've got our major, and then we're going to be playing the 5th away, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With the right hand, but I'm playing it in second inversion, so rather than playing it in root position, I'm playing it here. Same idea in chord 4, so I'm going to be playing a first inversion of A flat major, which is here, and then I'm going to need to go a 5th away, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be here. I'm going to play it in second inversion again, so E flat, so it'll be. That's like extra homework. It's very much, can you do it? It's a challenge. I would encourage you to employ this. So after you're able to work out Jacob's idea, create some creative tasks for yourself utilizing this idea. That's what it's all about. Let's do one more key. Let's go to key of F. Alright, so straight in. I'm going to move a bit quicker with this one. So Jacob's idea would sound like this. So chord 1, chord 5, sharp 5. I'll keep it in terms of just basic tries at the moment. Flat 3. Flat 7, chord 4, 5 sus, home. One more time. 5, sharp 5, flat 3, flat 7, B flat, chord 4, sus. And that last chord is very interesting actually, because with the penultimate chord we got 4, and then this 5 sus where we had chord 4 anyway. So essentially that implies a bit more, it's just a bit more grounding, but it's very economical because we're coming from chord 4 anyway, and the only thing that's changed is the bass. Yeah, because he could have gone 1, 5, sharp 5, flat 3, flat 7, 4, 1, but he's gone 4, the sus. Yeah, so that just creates a bit more interest. Yeah, interest in terms of the weaving of the story of chords. So let's employ Jacob's idea now. So 1, 5 as triads. Now we go into the sharp 5, so we need to employ this. That's Jacob's fill. Yeah, a 5th away. Likewise for this chord, 5th away. Likewise for flat 7. Oof. Likewise for chord 4, and then sus. And if I was going to be a bit more economical in terms of my right hand, it would be something like this. So 1, 5, and now I'm going to sharp 5, and then we're going to be needing an A flat triad. So I can just play that, yeah, and then I can go to the E flat like this, and I'm going to my flat 7 like this, and I'm going to my B flat like this. But it's still utilizing the same idea of what is a 5th away from the bass note and playing a major chord of that with the right hand. We've got to do the Casio idea. Here we go. Same thing for chord 4. Yeah. And actually, I've realised I've actually played it in it's a different inversion. I think when I played it before in the other key in E flat, we played a first inversion, so it was actually like this. Yeah, so you can start in first inversion. In fact, you can start with root position 1, and then go to the 5 on the right hand. Just go back and forth, you could try starting in first inversion with a chord 1, so you could actually start here and then naturally go, you could go dun, dun, or you could go Y. Well, we need to go from F, that's fine. Then we need to go to our C, that's that Jacob's idea of fifth away. So you could play it like this, second inversion. You've got some nice kind of voice leading going from dun, dun, dun. Or you could go dun, 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 dun. However you want to do it, but at the end of the day you need an F and you need a C major. So at this point in time, I would challenge you, can you play any note, for example A flat, with this idea? So rather than playing, maybe compare and contrast. So A flat major 7 is like this, Jacob's 9 idea is like this. Same thing, let's do this same thing in G. So major 7 is like this, Jacob's idea is like this, E flat, major 7, Jacob's idea is like this. Then employ inversions. So for example, if I go to C major 7, okay, that's here, I can still do Jacob's idea, but I can now do that because we need a G major, and I can just play it in second inversion because I was here, where was I? Yeah, I was here before. So what I need to do is just change my thumb, go from C to D, yeah, going to here, yeah, you get it, right? With a bit of work, I'm sure you will. And these concepts, as I say, it's so important to just take your time, go slow, go steady. As you would have probably noticed if you've subscribed to my channel, or if you just watch my videos in general, I've done quite a few analysis videos of Jacob Collier, and one kind of frequent comment that kind of comes up or something in relation to this is, how am I able to hear these things, these ideas so quickly, especially in terms of the harmonic stuff? And a lot of it goes down to, honestly, being able to have a lot of these things in my mind already. I've worked out over the years so many different harmonic chordal ideas that I can tell, for the most part, that Jacob is in certain lanes at certain points in time. One example being 5 sus. If you notice this, if I go back to the D, right here, if I'd heard this for the first time, I'd be like, wow. Probably one of the main things I would have picked out is that 5 sus to finish, which makes sense. It's like a hug. It's 5 home, 5 home. And I've noticed that over the years, Jacob has employed that particular chord quite a bit. Likewise, even with this phrase. If you notice at the start of this video, I was implying to you that it would seem to me that Jacob's weaving through different keys. How do I know that? Well, I got the 1, I got the 5, then he plays this chord. Now to me, out of the 2 chords, the last one sounds like it rests. So it's like a 1 to 5, we've got that, then we go somewhere, but then we land. So that to me straight away is implying that's F major. That B flat represents a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 to 1. Now it's interesting when he goes to the C next. You got this kind of here to here. To me, that's a 4 to 1 in the key of G. 4, because I can hear it's resting. And then we come home. And that's very clever, to be honest, in terms of thinking about these plagal, 4 to 1 chord progressions within 1 to 5 chord progressions. Because did you notice it starts on 1, 5 in the key of D, then it goes 4 to 1 in the key of F, 4 to 1 in the key of G, and then 5 to 1 in the key of D. Like, that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart from Jacob. But as you can see, this stuff can be broken down and heard the more you take time and break down these concepts and just practice them over and over again, and not being limited to one key. This is something that I say a lot to encourage you guys. Don't just be limited to learning these ideas in one key. You want to be able to employ them all over the keyboard so that you can also utilize them in your own music creation. And also if you're playing other songs, and you might want to open up a little bit, take the music, if it lends itself, especially chordally, take it somewhere else. And these ideas ideas are to be employed. You know, if I made a progression very quickly, going from 1, 6, 4, home, simple as that. 1, 6, 4. If I just employ Jacob's idea, knowing that we've got, you know, a 4 to 5 sus from 100,000 voices, I could change this progression going from 1, 6, 4, 1 to now being 1, 6, 4, 5 sus 1. One change. What if I was in the key of G, for example? So what if I did a progression like 4? You know what? Let's do Alicia keys. If I ain't got you, that's a classic one. So that's in 6, 8, 4, 3, 2. 2's right here to 1. So what if I now didn't play it like as a broken chord? If I just played the chord, so 1, 2. Now normally it would be a major 7 as such, but what if we employed Jacob's idea, rather than playing a major 7, to just play the 5th away, which would be right there, so we'd have this kind of feel. So going to the G with Jacob's 5th away rather than a major 7. I'm just playing. You heard what I did right there. I just brought back the Casio, the demo. I just did it in a subtle way. Likewise with the very first chord, that's a major 7 chord, so we can employ Jacob's idea right there. We could play Jacob's Casio idea. Come on. You get it, right? Well, I hope so, and I hope you're able to put in the work consistently. You know, it might not, come immediately, but in time, with some consistent practice, you'll get there. So one more time, let's recap. Going from 100,000 voices, we had looking at the idea of not using, remember what I said, Jacob said it himself, he doesn't like major 7s. So he's employing the idea of playing a 5th away on the right hand, essentially having chord 5 and chord 1 together, making this kind of 9 open feel, and he employed it on the B flat, the F, the C and the G. So in this context we had our triad, B flat, Jacob's open idea with the 5th, another open idea with the, I shouldn't do that because that wouldn't play an actual major 7 kind of feel. Sorry Jacob, sorry about that. Did you notice when I played? Yeah, and you'll see on the screen as well. So yeah, let's not get that in there. We don't want the chords to change. We want to keep it nice and open like Jacob, not, oh no. As you can see, it says major 9 as opposed to, yeah, got a sus2, so essentially implying the 9. Yeah, indeed. Where was I? Then we got our G, Jacob's open feel, and then our sus, and sus in the context of 5 to 1. Beautiful. Guys, I hope you have found this lesson helpful. If you have, do give the video a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, do subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.